Welcome back to CBS News. Detroit at noon. Here in Michigan, new surrogacy laws went into effect at the start of the month. We're going to bring in our legal expert, Danielle Mayoras. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, can you break down what are these new laws?
This is a big deal
because
prior to April 1st, Michigan actually criminalized surrogacy. Now it's legal in Michigan and it's being regulated, which is a big deal.
So why is this so important for people? You know, surrogacy is, I don't know that it's necessarily gaining momentum or if people are being more open about it. I imagine it's a little bit of both. Why so important for people here in our state?
Well, prior to this, people had to leave the state of Michigan if they wanted to use a surrogate. So now they can actually go through the process in Michigan, and beyond that, they used to have to go to an adoption process to have their names added onto the birth certificate or have it changed over. So now their children are recognized at the time of birth, their parental rights.
How do potential parents and surrogates legally protect themselves?
There's a variety of safeguards in place right now. Everything from the surrogate having to go through a medical and mental health evaluation to the parents actually having to go through a mental health evaluation. And then both of the parties need to be represented by their own attorney, which makes a lot of sense because these contracts are very, very complicated between the parents and the surrogate.
Let's talk a little bit more about those contracts because I imagine it's a very daunting, overwhelming process with lots of checks and balances. What types of things does that contract address?
It tries to cover everything under the sun.
Okay.
Sometimes these contracts, as you said, they're daunting. They can be 60 pages or longer. So it's quite a bit. Everything from how many embryos you want to transfer to the type of birth to post-birth issues like how to feed the child. And then, of course, you also have base compensation, lost wages, and lifestyle restrictions when it comes to the surrogate. What can she and can she not do as far as alcohol, drugs, lifting heavy things? It really is extremely comprehensive.
Yeah, I imagine the lifestyle component of that is emotionally, that's a big venture when you're trying to nail down what your expectations are and what you're willing to do for another family. Have you had clients work with your law firm to address surrogacy?
We actually have, and I have a partner at the law firm. His daughter actually used a surrogate, and she had to leave the state of Michigan because it hadn't been legalized here. So we understand firsthand that this is an extremely complicated process, and it's an emotional process. And we are helping clients in our office, and so happy to do that.
And I imagine that's a relief to clients when they know you have personal experience within the firm.
Definitely.
All right, Danielle Mayoras, as always, thanks for being on with us, breaking this down.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.